Dude, it's your boy who is Hinda. We back talking sports. I wanted to do the 2007-2008 MVP year. That was Kobe first MVP. But I wanted to talk about how great he was that year. You know what I'm saying? Him actually, and how the Team USA thing actually, you know what I'm saying, impacted that season. You know what I'm saying? And how them, you know what I'm saying, gearing up for the 08 Olympics and everything like that. How that actually, you know what I'm saying, impacted the season. Look at the top 5 people that's in the MVP. Kobe, Chris Paul, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Dwight Howard. 4 out of the 5, or I believe Kevin Garnett. I don't think Kevin Garnett was on that USA squad. But 4 out of the 5 top MVP players was on that Team USA squad. Was it something that just carried over? Because they was losing beforehand. You feel me? And it was reflecting in that game. But let's get past all that. Kobe Bryant won the 2007-2008 MVP award. He averaged 28.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 5.4 assists. So for somebody who cannot pass or who does not pass, he averaged 5.4 assists, not being a primary ball handler on his own squad, because he was not the point guard around that time. 1.8 steals, 0.5 blocks, 45% from the field, 36% from 3, 84% from the free throw line. Then you got the win shares and all that. I don't give a fuck about that. But that ain't what I really want to talk about. Okay, so Kobe won the MVP, right? Let's show Defensive Player of the Year. Because people act like I said, LeBron, great. I think it was 2013 where he, if you just going off of eye test, he probably should have won the Defensive Player of the Year. You feel me? He won the MVP, and he was second in Defensive Player of the Year. The 2000s was harder defensively. You feel me? MJ did it in the 80s, but truth be told, the 80s didn't have no sound defense. They had defense, but it was more physical because they could body slam you and they could, you know what I'm saying, push you around and do all that. The 90s had defense, but they couldn't really double team you because of the illegal defense and everything like that. The 2000s had sound defense. It wasn't no illegal defense, and then it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't able to fight for real and stuff like the 80s and stuff. You had to really guard. You feel me? So I said that to say this. Kobe won the MVP that year, right? This is what people don't talk about though. They always talk about LeBron and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Jordan winning the MVP and, you know what I'm saying, Defensive Player of the Year. And then LeBron winning the MVP and, you know what I'm saying, second in Defensive Player of the Year. And then Giannis winning Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. Nobody talks about what Kobe did that year defensively when he won the MVP. The top 5 defensive players of the years that year, in the top 5, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby, Shane Battier, Bruce Bowen, and who that say? Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant finished 5th in Defensive Player of the Year, top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year finish, right? He finished top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year the same year he won the MVP. Mind you, the top 4 people that's Defensive Player of the Year are only averaging, Kevin Garnett was averaging 18.8, right? That's when I believe that was in the middle of the year. He went to Boston, or he might have still been, Boston. I think he went there in the middle of the year, Boston, or he might have went the year before, like during the summer, I think. But anyways, Cameron Garnett, 18, 9, 3. Marcus Camby, 9 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. Shane Battier, 9 points. Bruce Bowen, 6 points. Every last person above Kobe. Well, not every last person, because Kevin Garnett was a primary person for Boston. He was their number one scoring option. Well, him or Paul Pierce, you can go either or. But 3 out of the 4 guys that's above him, they was not their first. They was role players. Marcus Camby, Shane Battier, Bruce Bowen were all role players. Their Marcus Camby was told to rim protect and rim protect and rebound. He wasn't a really big offensive force. He could get you some buckets. Bruce Bowen was a perimeter defender, a 3-and-D guy for real. Shane Battier, the same thing. Then you got Kobe, who was an offensive force and finishing top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year with guys who are just predominantly defenders. He's the only one that averaged over 20 points. He averaged the most assists out of all of them. He averaged the most steals out of all of them. So that shows you how great Kobe was on both sides of the ball. And in 08, he definitely showed you that. I remember the 08 year. I thought he should have finished higher than 5th. He was playing sound defense, and he made first all-team defense, I believe. Of course, he made all NBA team first. Can't really find it, but you understand it. But yeah, man, I feel like Kobe Bryant's MVP year was really underrated, and I even feel like personally, like a lot of people were saying that Chris Paul should have got it. He averaged 21, 11, 2.7 steals, 0.1 blocks, 48% from the field, 36% from 3. You know what I'm saying? He could have won it. Lakers had a better record, I believe. Kobe still averaged more points. He averaged more rebounds. Same 3-point percentage. And defensively, they both was good, but Kobe was a better on-the-ball defender than Chris Paul. Defense matters when you're trying to win MVP too. You feel me? And like I said, people never talk about how Kobe finished top 5 the year he won the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. That's something I could see if he finished 10th or 11th or something like that. But he finished top 5 when the 4 other people that was on that list were big men, and three of them were just defenders, 3-and-D guys. They wasn't primary scorers. Kevin Garnett was the only other primary scorer on there, and he only averaged 18 points. Kobe was averaging 28 while being the best defender on his team. Come on now. This is a video I wanted to do though. But man, this been Who Is Him though, man. I'm out.